In the name of Allah, hello my dear students in our distance learning by Mr. مسعد Sabir and the English supervisor Mr. Ahmed Shrbini. Al-Aus Private School for Boys. Our lesson today for Traveler 2, lesson 15, pages 29 and 30. Our lesson is for vocabulary and grammar. Okay, let's go to your notes on this page, my dear students. Please open your notes on page 29 and pay attention and follow me to understand the new lesson. First, I'd like to read the words and you must repeat them after me. Okay, let's start. Dawn, dawn, barn, barn, describe, describe, delicious, delicious, insisted on, insisted on. Okay, the other column, pick, pick, starving, starving, accident, accident, chore, chore, special, special. These are the new vocab for our lesson today. Now let's go to the grammar. Our grammar today is for reported speech, statements. As you know, there are many types of the sentences, like statements or question, WH questions, or yes or no questions, or instructions. But now we are going to explain how to use the reported speech in statements on. In direct speech, we repeat the exact words that someone said. We usually use the verb say, and the words of the speaker are put in quotation marks, like you see in the example. Ian said, Tony is on the phone. This is direct speech. The sentence after say or said is put in or between quotation marks, like you see. Okay, but in reported speech, we report the meaning of what someone said without using their exact words. We use a reporting verbs, usually say or tell, followed by that, which can be omitted, and the reported statement. Like you see in the example, here Ian said Tony in on the phone. Tony is on the phone. When we want to change it into the reported speech, we start with the subject, Ian, and put the word said, and delete the quotation marks and put instead of them the word that, then Tony, and change the verb into the past, from present into past, is becomes was, and complete the sentence. So the reported speech for the sentence, the first sentence is Ian said that Tony was on the phone. Okay. We use say when there is no indirect object. I'll be there, he said. When we want to change it into reported speech, we say he said that, and change the subject pronoun I into he because it's related to the subject in the reported speech, he. And change the helping verb or the modal verb will into would and complete the sentence to become like this. He said that he would be there. Okay, let's go to page 30 to complete our lesson. We use till when there is an indirect object. Like you see in the example, I'll call you Mark. He said. When we want to change it into reported speech, we say he told Mark. Here we use the word told instead of said because he wanted to tell something to the object Mark. He told Mark he would call him. We change also I into he and will into the past would and complete the sentence. Okay. When we change a sentence from direct to reported speech, pronouns and possessive adjectives change according to the meaning of the sentence. Like the example, you have to take your son to the doctor, said David. David said that I had to take my son to the doctor. Here we use the subject, David, and put after this subject the word said, and delete the quotation marks and put instead that, then complete the sentence but change the pronouns and the verb like I told you before. When a sentence changes from direct to reported speech, tenses, modals, and time expressions change as follows. Like I told you before, when we wanted to change a sentence from direct into reported speech, we must note or we must pay attention because we must change the present into the past. Like you see in the role, we change the present progressive or the present simple to past simple and present progressive to past progressive. Like you see in the examples, Tom said, I want to go to the festival. When I wanted to change it into reported speech, we start with Tom said and delete the quotation marks and put instead that, and we may not use it. Then change the pronoun I into he because it relates to the subject noun Tom. So Tom said that he, and change the present want into the past wanted to go to the festival. In the other example, Salah said, I am reading a novel. Salah said he was. Why we say here, Salah said he was reading a novel? Here we start with the subject, Salah, and put said, then put that or no, and change I into he, because it relates to the noun Salah. And change the present progressive into past progressive. Like you see, am reading becomes was reading, and complete the sentence. We can change the past symbol into past perfect symbol and the present perfect symbol into the past perfect symbol, like I told you before about the role. For example, Betty said Mom made some sandwiches. When I wanted to change it into reported speech, we say Betty said his mom had made some sandwiches. Here we change the verb made into the past perfect had made. And in this example, Joy said, I have worked hard today. We change it into Joy said he had worked hard that day. Notice we change have plus past participle into had plus past participle, and we change also today into the word or the phrase that day. Also, we change will into what, can, could, like you see in the examples. May, might, must, had to, now, then. And here, there, ago, before, today or tonight, that day, that night. And yesterday into the previous day and the day before. This morning or this year, that morning or that year. Tomorrow into the next day or the following day. Next week or next month into the following week or the following month, like the examples. And they are similar similar to what I explained. Like this example, Bob said I'll finish the report next week. Bob said he would finish the report the following week. Okay, this is our lesson for today, my dear students. In the end, I'd like to thank you for your follow. I hope you repeated the words correctly after me and understood how to use the reported speech. Thank you, and wait me in the next video with exercises pages 31 and 32. Goodbye.